So, in value of output in corporate enterprises, as we have to calculate for understanding the national income accounting, the value of all goods and services produced in the economy during the period of 1 year. So, we divided those producers into two parts. One, those producers who maintain the balance sheet, what we call corporate enterprises. And here the value of output, how it can be calculated. You move to any corporate enterprise and just take these data. How much during the year they use the raw material, how much during the year they paid the wages, how much they paid in form of royalty, how much they paid in terms of rent, how much interest paid by them, how much profit, and how much repair and maintenance, depreciation cost, and how much net indirect tax. And make the total of it, that is the value of output by corporate enterprise. So it is simple now. How to calculate value of output by corporate enterprises, those who maintain the balance sheet. First, what we take, we calculate intermediate consumption. Right? What is intermediate consumption? Intermediate consumption means expenditure on intermediate goods, or you can call it raw material. So there is two type of consumption. One is called final consumption. Final consumption means expenditure on final goods. What is the example of final consumption? If consumer is purchasing any material, any item from the market, what you call it? Final consumption. Because for the consumer all goods are final goods, and use of final goods is final consumption. But if there is a use of intermediate goods, what you will call it? Intermediate consumption. So who is going to make the intermediate consumption? Producer. Like in agriculture, what is intermediate consumption? Use of water, use of electricity, use of pesticides, use of fertilizers, use of seed, that will all come under intermediate consumption. So if any firm is using non-durable goods and services, like what is intermediate consumption in JK White Cement? Intermediate consumption in JK White Cement is use of diesel, use of petrol, use of electricity, use of stationery, use of different type of services, security services, legal services, CA services. All those services used in the production of white cement by the JK White Cement will come under intermediate consumption. Second is wages. What is wages? Wages means salary paid to the workers. Who is paying? By the owner or employer. Here the two words, employer and employees. So wages paid by the employer to employees. But we call it wages, but we are going in a broader sense now. Employer is not only paying the salary, along with salary he is making the payment in kind. Like free accommodation is given, different type of allowances are given, free food is given, and that is not called wages. So we are using a new word in the place of wages here. We call it compensation of employees, COE. What we call compensation of employees. Here also we are changing the word now. We call it COE. Now what is COE? It is a payment made by employer to employees in cash or kind for rendering services. So this is very important. What is COE? COE means compensation of employees. What is compensation of employees? It is a payment made by employer, okay, owner, to the employees, workers. How? In cash or kind. It may be cash in the form of wages, or it may be kind in the form of free accommodation, free food, etc. For what purpose? For rendering services. So what is COE? One more question. Payment made by employer to employees in cash or kind for rendering services. We have got two main components of COE. One is called wages and salaries. And second main component is called social security contribution, or we call it provident fund contribution by employer. This may be a new word for you. Social security contribution or provident fund contribution by employer, which means that a person is working in a particular firm. Till he is working, he is getting every month salary, that is called wages and salaries. But after his retirement or her retirement at the age of 58 or 60, after that, what is the safety and security? From where he will have his day-to-day meals. So for that, in every country or even in our country, there is a system where every month a particular percentage of the total salary, that is 12%, is contributed in the account of the worker or employees by the employer. Every month, a fixed percentage of salary, if the salary is suppose rupees 1000 and 12% is how much? Rupees 120. Every month is contributed in the provident fund account or social security account of the worker by the employer. And when the person gets retired, that amount along with interest that person gets, and it's a type of social security, so that easily he can survive in his coming days after the retirement. That's why it is called social security contribution or provident fund contribution. And why we are putting a word here employer? Because in that social security contribution or provident fund contribution, both are contributing. Employer is also contributing and employee is also contributing. In COE, we include which contribution? The contribution made by the employer. It is a payment made by the employer. So that's why you should be very careful here that in COE what will be included? Social security contribution or provident fund contribution by employer. If it is by employees, it cannot be a part of COE. Why? Because COE includes only the payment which is made by the employer to employees. If employees himself is making any contribution, it is not a part of COE. So two things you have to be very careful in regard of COE, compensation of employees. First, it must be by the employer to employees in cash or kind for rendering services. Now another example, if any compensation is paid by the insurance company to the injured worker, whether it will be included in COE or not, the answer is no. Why? That payment is not made by the employer. Who has made the payment? Insurance company. So it will be not included, because in COE only that payment will be made which is made by the employer to employees. Second other example, travelling allowance. Travelling allowance given by the employer to the employees. Now what is travelling allowance? When for the any business duty or official duty, a worker or employee is going outside, right? Then his to and fro expenses are taken care by the employer. Now the question is whether TA will be included or not. Though TA is given by the employer to the employees, but that is for the official work. That is not given for the any entertainment. That is not given for his family use. That is not given for his self use. It is given because he is on official duty. So COE includes only those payments which are made by the employer to employees in cash and kind for rendering services, and those payments are utilized by the family of the worker. But here the payment is made for the official duty. That's why it cannot be a part of COE. So what type of question you can get in boards from here? What is meant by COE? Right? explain the following will be included in COE or not with reason. So when you are going to look into whether the item will be included or excluded from the COE, you have to look who is going to pay that item. Employer, okay. To whom is paying? Employees, okay. Which form? Cash or kind, okay. And for whom? If it is for the worker himself, for his family, then only it will be included. So what are the two main components of COE? Wages and salaries. And second, social security contribution or provident fund contribution by employer. If it is by employees, it will be not included. This is the COE. Third is royalty. Third component is we have done intermediate consumption COE. Then it is royalty. What is royalty? I explained you earlier. It is payment made for the minerals used from the land. If you are using any mineral from the land, you are mining anything from the land, against that you have to make the payment. That is called royalty. And the next is rent. What is rent? Payment for the use of land. Clear the exact difference between royalty and rent? Royalty is a payment made for mining, okay, or using any mineral from the land. Against that, if you are mining, suppose marble, you are taking marble from the land. So against that marble, you have to make the payment. That is called royalty. If you are using the land, you are establishing your plant over the land, right? Or you are storing your raw material over the piece of land. That land you are taking, using that land. So against that land, what payment is made is called rent. And what is interest? Interest is the payment for capital. You have to purchase the machinery, you have to hire the other factors of production, and for this capital is required. And against that capital, what payment you made is called interest. Like for an example, you can say credit is taken by the firms from the bank, that is called capital. Against that credit, what payment is made by the firm is called interest. And then comes profit. Then comes profit. And profit is a payment for entrepreneurial services. Entrepreneur is organizing the business, making the production possible, hiring other factors of production. Against that, what payment is called profit. And this all together, rent plus royalty plus interest plus profit, is known as operating surplus. What we call it? Operating surplus. So the next question is, what is meant by operating surplus? What is operating surplus? Operating surplus. Operating surplus is equal to royalty plus rent plus interest plus profit. That is called operating surplus. What is royalty? Explained to you. Paid against the use of minerals. Rent paid against the payment against the use of land. Interest, payment against the capital. Profit, payments against the entrepreneurial services. If we put them in one basket, what we call it? Operating surplus. Right? And this profit is further divided into three parts. The profit earned by the enterprise is further divided into three parts. a part of profit is paid as a tax to the government. That is called corporate tax. Corporate tax. And the part of profit which is distributed among shareholders, those people who has invested in the business, who has purchased the share of that company. So the part of profit is distributed among those shareholders also. That is called dividend. And the part of profit which remain with the enterprise. Why it remain with the enterprise? For meeting future uncertainties. If in the future that plant wants extension, that firm wants extension, for this the part of profit is remain with the firm, that is called undistributed profit. This is also known as corporate savings. This corporate tax is also known as profit tax. So what is operating surplus? Operating surplus is sum total of royalty, rent, interest and profit. Profit is further divided into three parts. Corporate tax, profit tax. What it means? Part of profit which is paid as a tax to the government. What is dividend? Part of profit distributed among shareholders. What is undistributed profit or corporate saving? In some places we find written, it is written retained earning. What is retained earning? Undistributed profit or corporate saving? Part of profit which remains with the enterprise. So now in the place of royalty, rent, interest and profit, what I can write? Operating surplus. So value of output in corporate enterprise equals to intermediate consumption. What is that? Expenses on non-durable goods and services or raw material. COE, payment made by the employee to employees cash and kind. What are the main two components of COE? Wages and salaries and social security contribution by employer, not employees. Then operating surplus. What is operating surplus? Rent plus royalty plus interest plus profit. Profit is further divided into three parts. What the parts are? Number one, profit tax, part of profit paid as a tax to government, also known as corporate tax. Second, dividend, which is distributed among shareholders. And third part of profit remains with the enterprise, that is called undistributed profit. The next component of value of output is depreciation. Depreciation. This is also known as consumption of fixed capital. What is depreciation? I told you, when you are using the fixed capital machines and using in production, what will happen? There will be decrease in their value. There will be loss in their value. That loss in the value is called depreciation or consumption of fixed capital. What are the reasons for the loss in the value? One is tear and wear. Second is accidental damage. And third is change in technology. Again, depreciation or consumption of fixed capital. What it means? Loss in the value of fixed assets during production. What are the reasons behind that depreciation? Tear and wear. You are using the machine, there is a tear and wear. You are using the machine due to human error, there is accidental damage. There is a change in technology, there is a loss. For an example, in the old days, for typing, what we are using? Typewriters. Then the new technology emerged in the form of computers. So typewriters are of no use. That is a loss. That is loss is due to change in technology. That is called depreciation. So what is depreciation? This is also 3-mark possible question. Define depreciation and its components. Depreciation or consumption of fixed capital means loss in the value of fixed assets during production. During production. How this loss depreciation possible? Due to tear and wear, due to accidental damage or due to change in technology. Here we find another word that is called capital loss. What we call it? Capital loss. There is a difference between capital loss and depreciation. In depreciation, the loss is of fixed assets, in the value of fixed assets. Here also loss in the value of fixed assets. But here during production, due to tear and wear, accidental damage, change in technology. But here the loss in the value of fixed assets due to the natural calamities, earthquake, flood, fire, that is called capital loss. So what is the difference between depreciation and capital loss? Here the loss in the value of fixed assets during production, such as due to tear and wear. Here the loss in the value of fixed assets due to natural calamities, such as earthquake, flood, fire. This is all about depreciation.